What's up, guys? Welcome back to Cars, Cost, and Technology. So it's been a crazy week for Corvette fans. We've just been completely covered up with C8 Z06 news and information, tons of videos, images, basically all that we could ask for. Now we've even got an official confirmation from General Motors that they're going to be revealing the Z06 in October. So we're going to come back around to that topic at the end of this video, so stay tuned for that. But I want to go back into some of the footage that we've looked at of the Z06, which of course there's tons and tons of clips and pictures of the Z06 out in testing. But there's actually another car sort of hidden in all that footage that I came across that I want to talk about, because I'm 99% sure that we actually saw the Corvette E-Ray out in testing with the Z06. And I'll show you exactly why I believe that. It's actually in this footage here. So we know that the E-Ray is basically supposed to replace the Grand Sport. From what we understand, it's going to be the LT2 engine, so it's going to have the same pushrod V8 as the Stingray, but then it's going to also have supplemented power from an electric motor, and should have all-wheel drive, a combined total output of around 600 horsepower. We know it's going to be wide body, similar to the Z06, basically like the Grand Sport models have been in the past. But this car is going to be really interesting because it should be able to keep costs down somewhat from the Z06, not having that entirely new engine platform, but you get that wide body stance and the more aggressive look. And again, I think that we've actually seen this car already now in testing, because in this clip, you'll notice that there's two what appears to be C8 Z06's prototypes out testing pass by the cameraman, but it does look like one of them has quad exhaust in the center, the other has quad exhaust tips that are corner mounted. Now, obviously, that could just be different variations of the actual prototype, so that doesn't necessarily confirm that we're seeing anything specifically different here. But what's interesting is if you listen to both of these cars pass by, there's a dramatic difference in the sound. Now, obviously, there could be some games going on with echo and the mic location and surrounding traffic, but there's a very noticeable sound coming from the first car that comes by with the quad exhaust tips in the center, which we're pretty much 99.9% sure that is a Z06. But the second car that comes by, you actually don't hear an engine note at all. And I almost wonder to myself, is the E-Ray going to have a full electric mode, since it is going to be hybrid? I'm not necessarily saying I want a full electric mode, but if General Motors gave themselves the option to use that feature, that would explain why the second car rolls by with basically no sound whatsoever. I couldn't hear a pushrod V8, flat plane crank V8. I couldn't hear any type of engine noise at all, just basically tire noise. Now, towards the bottom of the hill, you do start to hear something, but I believe that's the Porsche model that's in front of this car. But initially, when this car actually passes the cameraman, we hear no exhaust note at all. So I'm 99% sure this is actually a Corvette E-Ray. Again, it matches up the wide body stance. It does have a different spoiler and basically no exhaust noise at all. So take a look at this clip and definitely let me know what you think in the comments below. Also, want to give a huge thanks to the spy photographer who sent me this footage directly. Definitely check out the full video where he actually captured this car initially, and go over to his channel and subscribe. Some really good information coming from the Nürburgring and capturing a lot of great cars out there. So thanks a lot to them. Again, that will be in the comments as well as in the description. So as you can tell by that clip, a very noticeable difference in the exhaust sound. So like I said, I'm 99% sure that is a Corvette E-Ray. It lines up with everything that we've seen in the past with the Grand Sport model, where the front fascia and rear end design look very similar, just some minute differences. You can tell obviously the exhaust placement being one of the differences. But other than that, you're getting the wide body stance. We have heard other rumors saying that it's going to have an all-season tire instead of the more aggressive, say, Cup 2 or track focus tire like the Z06 will have. There's also a slight difference in the wing. Again, you can see that on the rear end of the car, that the wings are just slightly different. Once we have no camo there, I'm sure we'll be able to notice more differences between the two. But I'm pretty sure that this is an E-Ray. Pretty cool to see this out in testing. I don't know how I feel about a full electric mode. I don't know if that'll make it to the production model or not. Sort of interesting there. But nonetheless, I am excited to see development moving along on the E-Ray. We're also hearing some rumors that it could be released or revealed shortly after the Z06, since we already know that the Corvette lineup in general has been somewhat stalled by everything going on. I think that these cars should have probably already been revealed by this point, so they're going to probably reveal them pretty quickly at this, now that we're actually moving again, production's back up and running. So it'll be interesting to see how quickly we'll see a reveal and production start date for the Z06, then hopefully shortly thereafter see a reveal and production start date for the E-Ray. Really get this Corvette lineup going. If it does end up being, say, a 2024 model year, you got to think we're actually going into the fourth or fifth model year of the C8 Corvette. So it doesn't seem like we've had the C8 around that long. It seems still relatively new to us, but you know, they've got to get these models out, especially if there's still a ZR1 and Zora to come. And typically each Corvette generation only lasts, 7 to 8 model years. So again, if we're already halfway through the run and they haven't even got the variants fully revealed yet, you can see why they might be motivated to sort of speed up this timeline now that there's been such a delay on the initial few models after the Stingray model. But anyway, guys, that's all speculation, just kind of my opinion. Let me know if you believe that this is actually the E-Ray. Again, from what I'm seeing, similar to the Z06, but just enough differences to make it a different model, as well as that different exhaust note. Really cool to see that that's out in testing and could be moving along nicely. We've also saw some spy shots from another site where this particular car or similar models with the exhaust tips corner mounted was out testing with an Acura NSX, which again would be a great benchmark for the E-Ray. So again, a lot of information pointing to this being the E-Ray and it actually being out testing. I don't think this was out on the Nürburgring with the Z06. The other Z06 models that we saw all had a similar sound and layout and look, so I don't believe this model was actually doing any track testing, but it was at least out there and something for them to be sort of running through the paces. But anyway, moving on from that topic, did also want to talk a little bit about the Z06 reveal. Obviously, we know a lot about the Z06 at this point, probably more than we should without a reveal actually happening. But the GM did confirm via video yesterday that the C8 Z06 reveal date is October 26th. So not too far to wait, and we should know all the specifics about pricing, horsepower, performance, all the details of the things that we've sort of picked up through spy videos and photos. But actually it would be nice to have official confirmation on a lot of that. So really looking forward to that reveal. I'm sure all you guys are just as excited as I am. Now that the E-Ray potentially could be right around the corner as well, it definitely throws another wrench in the spokes for me, especially kind of looking at car models from here and personal preference on which model to go with. I don't know. There's going to be so many great models to choose from in the C8 lineup. If you can pick from a Stingray at a great price point, hopefully we'll see some values coming back down to earth on those. An E-Ray potentially to put a deposit down on, or Z06 going into production sometime next year. So really, really exciting time for Corvette fans in general. I'm so glad to see that the work is finally starting to hopefully pay off for the Corvette team, and we've got all these models coming to market, an announcement. But anyway, guys, let me know what your thoughts are on not only the Z06 reveal, the potential of an E-Ray out in testing, and a reveal shortly there after the Z06. A lot going on, but very exciting stuff. Thanks so much for watching. We'll talk to you in the next video. Have a great day.